morning and happy Field Checkup Friday. I'm Channel Technical Agronomist Matt Nelson.
And I'm Chad Winterboer, FSR with Channel in central to north central Iowa. The reason why we're here today is because I received a call a couple days ago about a grower who was spraying fungicide and noticed all kinds of northerns on his windshield, all over his sprayer. So I went out and started looking at some fields, and what I found were a number of northerns hiding down in between the leaves and on the silks. So today I brought out technical agronomist Matt Nelson, and I'll let him explain from here.
Yeah, and this is the field right behind us. So we did notice a lot of northerns. There were more on the end rows, but as you went into the field, you could still find a few, and we found some lodging as well. When we looked across the road, there's a field of corn that's not tasseled, and it's got clear signs of corn rootworm feeding. So since it's not silked, we can assume that some of those adults moved to this field, and we probably have some adults emerging from this field as well. The trouble is this area is pretty solidly rotated. There's not corn on corn for miles, and we're also not finding any westerns. So it's pretty easy to assume that some of these northerns have extended diapause, which what that means is the adults laid eggs in corn, they survived a soybean cycle, and a portion of them came back up in corn the following year. So that's pretty clearly what's going on here, and if they didn't come from this field, there's northern adults in here ready to lay eggs. So regardless, this field now has that problem that we're going to have to manage. When we talk about management, right, we're talking about 2 years down the road primarily. So what we recommend is sticking with beans next year. But Chad, you want to talk about a trait option we can use the following year in corn as we go back?
Yeah, we've got a new trait. They call it VT4 Pro now, and they added RNAi technology. So it doesn't have all of the traits that our Smart Stack and Smart Stack Pro have, but it has enough to be able to help control rootworms. So it's nice to have another layer of protection.
Yeah, you've got Tricepta above ground and Cry3 BB1 and RNAi below ground. And that's really what we recommend. Insecticide is certainly an option, but that can be dependent on weather to get good control. And it's worth noticing, right, pay attention to your rotated acres, get out and walk them, put sticky traps, and see if you are finding northern corn rootworm adults out in your rotated fields.